In 1720 he also took over Castlelyons parish. Around 1728 Dr. O'Brien built a church near the site of the present church. Like his predecessor, the penal laws affected Dr. O'Brien severely. In 1735 he was ordered to refrain from saying Mass and the church was closed. He died in the year 1747. In 1769, Dr. Simon Quinn, who subsequently became a Bishop of Cloyne, was parish priest of Castlelyons. In 1774, he built a church on the site immediately behind the present church at Bridge. This plaque in the boundary wall is a remnant of that church. It translates, "The Venerable Simon and his flock, built in cooperation, especially as the service was free, the church to St. Nicholas. Help us, just Protector, keep every deceit from this altar to your pure glory. Help through the Passion your people, 1774 years exactly, since the Anointed from heaven did descend to his kingdom on earth." Buried in the nave of the church are the remains of Fathers McSweeney and Ferris. Father Ferris was parish priest from 1880 to 1891. He took an active part in the Irish Land League, being chairman of the Castlelyons branch. In line with league rules, Father Ferris withheld payment of rent on the parochial house and adjoining lands. As a result, he was evicted on the 30th of August 1883. He lived the remainder of his life in a hut built in the church grounds by the Land League. During Father Ferris's tenure of office, the second church in the parish, here at Castlelyons, was in 1890 the scene of a boycott of emergency workers brought in to run the farm of Richard Rice of Cool Upper, who had been evicted. On one occasion, the church doors were broken in by the police. Among those who received prison sentences arising from the boycotting were William and Thomas Kent of Barnard. Father Ferris was succeeded as parish priest by Antahar Padar O'Lera. He was a prolific writer in the Irish language. Several of his works have been used for many years as textbooks in Irish schools' curricula. In 1906, Antahar Padar was made a canon of the Cloyne diocese, and in 1911 he was honoured as a freeman of Dublin and Cork. He died on the 21st of March 1920. By 1916, the Kent family from Barnard had been active for many years in the cause of land reform and Irish nationalism. They had suffered several periods of imprisonment for their activities. With the failure of the Easter Rising, an order was issued to round up all volunteers throughout the country. At 4 a.m. on the 2nd of May 1916, the Kent home was surrounded by armed police. The brothers refused to surrender, and a shootout occurred. Fighting lasted several hours, but eventually, with the arrival of army reinforcements from Fermoy, the brothers' position became hopeless, and they were forced to surrender. When the shooting died down, Head Constable Rowe was dead, Richard Kent was critically wounded, having attempted to escape, and David Kent was wounded in the right hand. Richard died 2 days later from his wounds. Thomas and William were court-martialed on the 4th of May. William was acquitted, but Thomas was convicted of the murder of Constable Rowe, and on the 9th of May he was executed by firing squad at Cork Jail. David and William were subsequently elected Sinn Féin MPs. In 1966, this monument was erected to the memory of the Kents, to the memory of Michael Fitzgerald, a native of Ballyoran and commandant of the Fermoy Battalion of the Cork No. 2 Brigade, who died on hunger strike in October 1920. Arthur Mulcahy of Corrabeha, who was shot in custody on the 22nd of March 1921, is also commemorated.